Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. My boyfriend slept with my best friend, but he doesn't know that I know. Over the long weekend, Victoria Day, I, F24, went to visit my sister in her province. My, M26, boyfriend decided to stay home because he was behind on some schoolwork for his graduate program. I thought he was going to be spending the 3-day weekend writing a paper, but he decided to throw a party at his place. One of the guys that he invited, a mutual friend, to the party posted a clip on his Insta stories. It looked like 10 to 15 people were at his house drinking/grilling. I saw the Insta story the day after the party. I called my boyfriend after I saw the Insta story, and he said that he just wanted to let loose because grad school was causing him a ton of stress. I felt okay-ish after his explanation and left it alone. I was supposed to come home Monday but decided to leave Sunday to avoid traffic. On my drive home I picked up some food from our favorite restaurant to surprise him. I thought we could have a date night at home because most places would be packed or closed on Monday. When I got to his house I let myself in. He usually goes to the gym with his brother Sunday mornings, so I knew he wouldn't be home. But as I'm unpacking the food in the kitchen I hear music/laughing coming from upstairs. I figured that he cancelled on his brother and decided to sleep off his hangover from the night before. I start up the stairs towards his bedroom, which is at the end of the hallway. I walk toward the door, which is open slightly, and see my F25 best friend of 15 years naked on top of my boyfriend. Her back is to me and he's lying down. There's music playing and both of them are laughing and talking. The music was loud enough that they couldn't hear me, and I was looking through the crack in the door so they couldn't see me. I start backing away quickly and quietly so they won't know I'm there. After I leave his house I go back to my place. That same night he called me to check in to find out how my visit was and when I would be home on Monday. I didn't tell him I was leaving a day early. I also didn't tell him what I knew. I kept it casual and light. That same night my best friend also texts me to find out if I want to grab dinner later in the week. I tell her yes and don't mention what I know. It's been a couple days since I saw them together in his bed, but I haven't said anything. I had dinner with my best friend and didn't bring it up with her. I've seen my boyfriend and kept my mouth shut. A part of me just wants to let it go because I don't want to lose my best friend and my boyfriend. I've known her for 15 years and I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years. A part of me believes that this was a mistake and there is no need to blow up my relationships for a drunken mistake. But then another part of me thinks they might have been seeing each other for weeks or months. But then another part wonders if he took advantage of her vulnerability because she just got out of an abusive relationship that lasted 5 years. How do I approach this situation? Should I tell them that I know? It would be difficult ending a relationship with someone I was planning a future with, but I would do it. I feel reluctant to end a 15-year friendship with someone who I see as a sister. She's in a vulnerable place right now, which might explain her actions. I don't want to lose her, but I'm so incredibly hurt by what I saw. I could barely sit through dinner with her because all I could see was her naked on top of my boyfriend. TLDR, my boyfriend slept with my best friend while I was away. How do I tell them that I know? And is there any way to salvage my friendship with my best friend after her betrayal? Let's be perfectly honest here, he cheated on you. There is no way of knowing whether or not this is the first time, or just the first time you've caught him. I would break up with him. Secondly, she broke your trust, and slept with the man you are in a relationship with. They both broke your trust. They could have been doing it for a while. I would drop them like a bad habit and never look back. Up is really reaching, hoping it was a one-time mistake. They both carried on with their everyday lives and interactions with Up as if nothing had happened. This indicates that 1, neither of them feels any remorse, and 2, this has very likely been going on for a while. Up, Even in this event that this was just a one-time mistake, this is still a relationship-ending act for the two of them. Precisely, I think that Hop just doesn't have the detachment of some strangers on the web, and is desperately trying to ignore the signs that it is over. I feel so bad for her, she's being an absolute doormat. Her BF is trash, and her best friend is absolute evil. She needs to tell her family what happened, and then leave them. Yeah, and the fact that they were laughing together in his bedroom naked doesn't make it seem like it was a one-time thing, lol. If it was a mistake they would show remorse or regret. Like waking up the next day, think what the hell did I do? Oh god. Call the girlfriend and confess everything. Ask for forgiveness. Similar to my best friend. Now this could be an honest one-time mistake. In your case they are deliberately ducking you. Sorry Op, they don't care about you. Dump them. Can we also stop and consider he wanted to know when on Monday she would be home? Could it be that as he was making the call, her best friend was right there and the invite to dinner was to try and act like nothing happened? Or is this just my brain running with what left a friend broken-hearted in the past? They both betrayed her. She trusted them implicitly and they betrayed her. I felt sick just reading about them talking and laughing together in bed and then casually making plans with her. I'm not sure how Op is keeping it together, but ignoring this won't make it go away. Forgiving them won't erase the fact they don't love and care about her as she does them. I walk toward the door, which is open slightly, and see my F25 best friend of 15 years naked on top of my boyfriend. Her back is to me and he's lying down. There's music playing and both of them are laughing and talking. It doesn't sound like a one-off drunken mistake from Op's description. This is the morning after the party. One-off drunken mistake equals her leaving in the morning. Not them in bed together the next morning, naked, laughing, and listening to music. No mistake here Op, and this wasn't the first time. You deserve better than having these two snakes in your life. People can only treat you as poorly as you let them. Also seems kinda sus that he stayed back for that 3-day weekend, saying he had to study and instead had a party and betrayed his girlfriend. Got alarm bells at the party when you were gone. My thinking is the grad school statement was just a cover for him to spend time with her. Secondly, both need to go. Years don't matter. They ducked up. There is no need to keep them around. If she can't distinguish between your territory and her territory, then she ain't your friend. No matter the pain, she shouldn't have been ficketh by your BF. Then as for him, it's strike one today, then tomorrow another, and once in a marriage many such will come. So it's either you acclimatize to the cheating or you chase him out. In life above everything, you need loyal dogs, ones you can put afar and they have your back as you focus on the enemy. Now in your case these ain't loyal and you have to keep an eye out for them. Verdict. Move on. You have a long life ahead. Worth facing the pain now than a lifetime of pain. Yes. He cheated. She cheated. Neither of them have any respect for you, Op, and please do not tell me you believe either of them love you. People don't treat people they love like this. This doesn't have to be a drama or a conversation, and the longer conversation you have the more I feel you'll be talked round over this, which would be a very bad decision on your part. Send them both a message saying you know they have been sleeping together, because let's face it, it's happened more than once, and your relationship/friendship is over. Then block the pair of them. I would also fire off a quick message to mutual friends informing them of the breakup in relationship and friendship because they've been cheating behind your back. You seriously do not need these people in your life, and the longer you keep them the longer you'll feel like utter shit. Move on and find decent people to dedicate your time to. More importantly, you need to respect yourself. Yes. Clearly he is cheating and immensely comfortable lying. Yeah, all of this plus if you keep them, any or both of them, around, they could quite easily do it again, whether it's the BF cheating again with someone different or the friend trying it on with a new BF of Ops. It will be hard to lose them both, and I get why more so the friend, but with a friend like that who needs enemies? She stopped being Op's friend the minute she done this to her, because no real friend would do this to you, and the going out for dinner with you and being able to look you in the eye is just sick, and I feel like the friend was probably enjoying it, thinking she had a secret she thinks Op doesn't know. I personally would do the same, tell both to get to FK and get rid of the trash, because it's clearly not taking itself out if none of them have even had the decency to come clean by now. Even if you are drunk, there are things you just don't do. Both of them betrayed her. And then they even called her and behaved like nothing happened, as if they missed her. They mostly were laying next to each other and laughing her ass off about how stupid she is. They play her. She can try to behave like nothing happened, but it happened. She saw it. Whenever they don't spend a day together, she will ask herself, are they together? The trust is gone. You seem to be making a lot of excuses for them both. There's a difference between something that excuses a behavior and something that mitigates a behavior. In your instance, if your reasoning is right, their cheating is only mitigated by the issues you've raised. They are both normal functioning human beings who know right from wrong. I think you should sit them both down and tell them that you know. It's up to you where you want to take it from there. I personally don't think a fear of losing a best friend and boyfriend should be your reasoning behind keeping these two in your life. A 15-year friendship is no small thing, but it's also possible to bond with another friend just as strongly over 6 months. I don't see infidelity as necessarily a relationship-ending event, but in your case, Op, I think they clearly don't love or respect you enough to be honest with you, and if you go on like this, I think he will cheat again and your friend will continue to see your boyfriends as fair game. You deserve better, don't be a doormat. My best friend slept with my boyfriend, but he doesn't know that I know. Update link to original post. I just wanted to update those who reached out with advice on how to handle the situation. I truly appreciate your kindness and taking time out of your day to leave me a message. Many of you mentioned going through something similar in past relationships and making it out, which made me feel slightly better. Update. I didn't confront my boyfriend or best friend after my post. I physically could not do it. A part of me wanted to know the truth, but another part of me didn't want to blow up my entire world. My best friend has been there for me during every season of my life. I've known her since I was 9 years old. She was there when my dad passed away when I was 11. She helped me move across the country when I got a new job. When she finally left her abusive boyfriend, I let her move in with me while she was looking for a new apartment. I don't have a close relationship with my mom, we barely speak, and my sister lives in another province. She's the only friend I have that I can rely on. That's why it was such a shock when she came over to my place last night and told me she was in love with my boyfriend. They've been seeing each other for 2 months. It started when I was going through a pretty bad depressive episode. I didn't feel like talking to anyone, including my boyfriend. I just wanted to sleep and be alone. I pretty much neglected everyone in my life. They got close during that period and started hanging out without telling me. They wanted to help me but didn't know how. They didn't intend on falling for each other. According to her, it just happened. Long story short, she's in love with him. They've been wanting to tell me but they didn't know how. They decided that she would be the one to tell me. BTW, the Sunday gym sessions with his brother were actually an excuse to meet up with her without attracting suspicion. He knew that I would never question him meeting his brother every week to work out. She told that she's sorry but she can't help the way she feels. She never intended for this to happen. They were both so worried about me when I was depressed and didn't have anyone else to talk to. I didn't say much when she was talking because I was in complete shock. Her last partner was so abusive to her and she hasn't dated anyone since their relationship ended 2 years ago. No dates, no flings, nothing. But now she's seeing my boyfriend. They decided to tell me now because they've been talking about moving in together. She cried the entire time she was talking to me and kept apologizing. She's hoping that we can work through this because we've been through so much together. She doesn't want our friendship to end. A part of me wants to pretend that this never happened and hold on to my friendship with her. I have friends, but I don't have the type of friends that will show up at 1 AM when I need help. She was that person for me. I put her down as my emergency contact. She's my sister. I've known her since she was 9 years old. How do I just walk away from that? Like it meant nothing? I can walk away from a 3-year relationship, but there's something about walking away from a 15-year friendship that's so hard to process. I don't want to be alone. I barely have contacts on my phone. I'm just struggling to process all of this. I feel like I pushed them together because of how I was behaving when I was depressed. I neglected my relationship. When he would try to talk to me, I was barely present. I feel like I put myself in this position. He hasn't called. She's been calling and texting me since last night to check on me. I don't even know what to say. TLDR, my boyfriend and best friend have been seeing each other for 2 months behind my back. I mean, I've ended longer friendships over less. Do what you want, but have some respect for yourself. She obviously has absolutely none for you. Same even with people I was as close with as Op and this friend. There will always be other friends in the world and ones who won't duck your man. Your best friend was not there for you in this breakup and actually betrayed your trust by cheating and ending the relationship. At a minimum, I would suggest you take a break from your best friend and ex-BF. Taking some time to care for yourself, have fun and be with others, and possibly travel can help to process the situation. If you find yourself wanting either of them in your life after a while, you can reach out. Your language about the situation is extremely neutral and lacks feeling. It is okay to be angry and feel hurt and betrayed by your ex and friend. Most people would be. The one time something like this happened to me, I stopped talking to both and moved cross-country to start a new graduate program. Exactly, and what pains me the most with what Op had written is this: how do I just walk away from that? Like it meant nothing? I am at a loss with how much she wants to salvage this relationship, because clearly, it meant nothing for her best friend. If their 15 years of friendship actually meant jack shit, then her best friend would never even think to pull a betrayal of this magnitude on her. They're treating her like a piece of trash they could just take out any time they want, given how fast they've already considered moving in together. Without even thinking of how this betrayal may affect her, given Op's history of depressive episodes. Really, what is the value in all of this? I also refuse to believe this is real. Something similar happened to me, even though I was there for her the whole time while she was evasive. Sadly, this kind of thing can happen. All with the "it just happened, I've always been there for you, you can't control who you fall in love with." It destroyed me. I am thankful for myself for being that strong and not doing something stupid, but walking away. I have friends with whom I can feel that they care about me. Getting over her will take years, most probably, if ever. But it's better if you let them go for your own mental and most probably physical health. I wish you all the best. Please reach out for help if you need it, but not to them. She is a pure piece of shit. Dozens and dozens of intentional steps and choices they made to get to this point, Op. She could have stopped it at each of those intentional decisions, but she chose not to. Block her. Your closure should be that she gets absolutely no closure with you. That is what she and he deserve. And you need to tell everyone what they did to you. What they did and are doing is not okay. And to quietly walk away with no consequences teaches them that making these kinds of horrible choices is okay. What a pathetic troglodyte. Risked ending 15 years of friendship over dick from her own friend's partner. And I know she's only crying because she's under the risk of being outed to others as a vulgar and cheap woman. Not to mention, falling in love in just 2 months is, lol. I hope they have fun with each other. I'd be out. Such a trashy woman. She should be ashamed of herself. That relationship is gonna be delightful when she's with a wimp who could neither be honest to his ex and had to send her as the sacrificial lamb to admit everything because he chickened out of admitting his depravity. I'm sorry, but you need to just ditch both of them and find better friends. She sucks and she's not sorry. No best friend would ever do that to each other. Friends like those who need enemies. Block her. Your closure should be that she gets absolutely no closure with you. That is what she and he deserve. I really hope Op does this. The friend is relying on Op's good nature. She expects to be forgiven. She knows Op. She knows how much she means to her, how much she will struggle with not having her in her life. She knows all of it. And she used it against her. For Dick. For a man willing to cheat on a woman he was discussing marriage with. That, or I hope she plays with forgiveness, hangs out with them all the time and flirts outrageously with her ex. Let's see how long the friend lasts with that dynamic. It'll never happen though. She already has him not answering Op's calls. She'll never trust him. Especially not with Op. This is not salvageable in any way. And Op should not entertain either of them for a minute longer. Exactly, Op. The reason she was crying was not because she felt empathetic to your pain. She did this to you at your lowest. Real empathy would have stopped her. She cried because she knows that what she did makes her a piece of shit and she wants you to absolve her of this guilt. She's doing it for herself only. The gall of her, ducking the boyfriend of her very ill friend and trying to walk away with both the man and the friendship. You can get better, trustworthy, reliable friends. She is not one of them. You two are just trauma bonded. You need therapy and mental health support to find the right people and form healthy relationships with them. Completely agree. She also seemingly indirectly tries to bring up Op being depressed as the cause or justification of banging her boyfriend, not falling in love. We wanted to help you, you were depressed and we fell in love. Absolute bollocks. Hope Op finds the strength and sense to see this for what it is. Edit, Op, like above mentioned, don't give them the peace of mind / your blessing. Your depression doesn't justify them to bang each other. They were your mutual support network and they let you down when you needed them most. You and your depression did and caused nothing. I have depressive episodes myself. I know how you feel, but you did nothing wrong. Op has nobody else to tell. Frown. His family and that faux friend's family need to know. And their mutual friends. Guarantee they will spin their story to come away as innocent as they can. Your friend couldn't be a bigger piece of shit if she tried. Your best friend is depressed so you duck her boyfriend? What cheers her up? Your boyfriend somehow magically is just a slightly smaller piece of shit, but only because he doesn't have a 15-year history. I'm so mad on your behalf. Cut them off. Don't talk to them ever again, and if they approach you in public, scream at the top of your lungs that these two cockroaches ducked each other because you were depressed. I hope she knows the minute she hits a rough spot he'll be ducking his way through her friend group since your feelings were too big to handle. You do not need these pieces of shit in your life. The fact that she thinks you want her around, basically flaunting her relationship in your face, is so laughable and proves that none of these scumbags even love you, much less like you. Like, bitch, why the duck do you think I want to hang out with you seeing you with the man that you stole from me? Well, not even stole, because he ran the duck away to dry his tears in her snatch. Your friend couldn't be a bigger piece of shit if she tried. Your boyfriend somehow magically is just a slightly smaller piece of shit. Big turd, little turd? The imagery is fantastic. Thank you. Well, not even stole, because he ran the duck away to dry his tears in her snatch. Also fantastically descriptive. And exactly what was needed. Reading this post made me so mad for Op. I have dealt with a depressed partner before. You know what I didn't do? Jam my dick in her best friend. I have been depressed before. You know what didn't help me? My best friend ducking my partner. Call her out. Call him out. This. Op, for the love of God, cut these pieces of shit out of your life. Your best friend is not your best friend. Time means nothing. She does not give a duck about you, she does not respect you, and she most definitely does not deserve you. Have some respect for yourself, and move on with your life without them. Without her. It's a hard pill to swallow, but she's a massive piece of shit. A real best friend would never betray you. And as for your boyfriend, the trash took itself out. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.